So, here are some things that you should ask yourself and consider in your pursuit of personal branding and creative branding, right? So, you are going to get this document that I am showing you. It's from Thinkific, and it is a personal branding worksheet. And of course, we spoke before about writing down your skills, your credentials, the things that you've been great at, the accolades, etc. And then write down your passions and your interests, your values and your beliefs. What do you want to be known for? Really sit with that. What do you personally want to be known for? And then also, what do you want your art to be known for? What is your purpose? What do you want to accomplish? What is the key message that you want to communicate? What personal traits or characteristics do you want to showcase to the world? Because remember, personal branding, literally, it's in the word, it's personal. So, you can choose to be some facade or some version of yourself that you want people to know and see. But ultimately, again, we spoke about know, like, trust factor, right? Which means that people need to feel like you are authentic and you're being yourself. Again, you don't have to share everything about yourself. You get to create and curate who it is that you want to be facing the public. Next, of course, we already talked about your target audience, the demographics, their desires and their aspirations, the pain points and the challenges. Don't ever take it for granted that your art can actually solve challenges. Your art can also create opportunities or answer opportunities for your clients. That's also super important. What is your irresistible offer? We spoke about this a little bit, and your value proposition we spoke about in the business model canvas. What do you do? What do you sell? And what makes it unique? What makes you unique? Now, you can have a personal website, but I don't think that it's something that you need to come straight out of the gate with, right? A website is something that is a nice to have, but depending on your business model, it's not a need to have. I am a proponent of just about everyone having even just a landing page or working on a landing page, working up to having a website, but it's not something that you need to have, especially as you are just starting out. And so this list gives you a basic outline of the things that should be included in your website homepage. Your website homepage can be your portfolio. It can be a full-blown website. It can just be a landing page with some of your work and how to contact you, whatever it is. Your website needs to fit into your overall brand and how you want to present yourself. So, for example, your website shouldn't be like this fun, playful, light, funky vibe. And then when people see your art or they experience your art, it's like very dark, very moody. And it's like, okay, how do these two go together? Unless your brand is intentionally to have like things that don't quite fit together, unless that is the angle that you're going for. Now, let's specifically focus on your content strategy. What type of content can you create to brand yourself, to build your audience? Now, there are many different types of contents. The most common ones we see are articles, videos, podcasts, webinars, case studies, interviews, PDFs, or digital products, right? And so there are different ways that these content types can be shared, can be hosted, and people can find them. Remember that your content, one, should be intentional. Two, it should either draw people to you, your people, or it should repel people who are not interested in what you do. Don't think of it as, oh, I'm afraid of, turning people off. Good. Art is polarizing, as is with a lot of things these days. It's polarizing. Your art or any art is not meant for everyone. I can tell you, as someone who has seen the Mona Lisa in person, and I'm looking at it like, this it? This what we always talk about? But it simply means that it's just not for me. It doesn't mean that other people don't like it though. So be mindful and be aware of that as well. Okay. Now, next up, think about the mediums that you're going to use, meaning, are you going to put out content on your website, on another website that is someone else's proprietary platform? Are you going to have your own blog post? Are you going to have a YouTube channel? Are you going to use social media? Are you going to use online or offline publications? Are you going to have people find you and then reach out to you through email? Are you going to send out email newsletters? What is it that you're going to do? Remember, it's very important that one, you know your target audience, so that two, you know the best way to draw them to you. You be in the places that they are. So if you have a target audience that you know they don't spend a lot of time online, then why would you spend a lot of time online trying to find them or trying to get them to you? You need to be in the places where they are. So that's not to say that if your target audience does not spend a lot of time online, that you should have no online presence or no social media presence at all. I think you still should, but you should spend more time offline than online. Okay, so let's talk about offline for a moment. Offline has some advantages and some drawbacks. If you are a person who does really well in person, if you are a person who, you know, your character, your magnetism, whatever it is, comes to life in person and you love interacting with people in a personal way, in a one-on-one way, or in a group setting, then offline can very much so work for you, right? And we spoke about know, like, trust, meeting people, dealing with people, networking with people, rubbing shoulders with people is a faster way in some ways than utilizing online platforms or social media to get people to know, like, and trust you. Now, offline could be obviously in-person events. It can be even traditional radio and newspaper and print magazines. The drawback with those things, though, is with social media, your one reel could reach 400 people, it could reach 50,000 people. Whereas it's a bit of a stretch. You have to expend more energy to reach that same amount of persons in person as if you had that many eyeballs on you online. That's one. Two, when you're talking about traditional media like radio, like print, you don't know how many people are actually seeing that press release or that article that you wrote or the article that was written about you. You have no idea how many eyeballs have been on your work. Whereas with social media, you can see how many people watch your reel. You can see how many people watch or saw your ad. You can see how many people liked your post, right? And so social media is good. It gives you a good idea of metrics, but that's not to say that offline is not good as well. I think they both have their purposes. So when you're looking at your content strategy, you have to think about what are the topics that people would really want me to share about. I always believe in going outside of your industry when it comes to looking for inspiration. If you don't know what people would like to see from you, go online, look at the type of content that other artists post, but don't stop there. I would even say the majority of your time and your research about what other people post, focus on those who are outside of your industry. It could be home decor, it could be photography, videography, film, it can be fashion design, it can be technical, whatever it is. Look at different industries' content, and then you can see, okay, how can I make that apply to me and my personal brand? How can I tell my story? And how can I showcase my art in a different way that other people, most other people in my industry are not doing it, right? And that's one of the ways that you get attention. And that's one of the ways that you stand out and you be unique. Get a list together of your content pillars. Your content pillars are essentially like the 3 to 5 topics that you tend to talk about at all times, or that you tend to focus on when you post most of the time. Those are very important, meaning you don't necessarily post anything outside of those topics, or if you do, those are like one-off posts, right? Meaning that it can be a bit difficult if you're posting about art, about inspiration, about, personal stuff, and then all of a sudden you post something like a cat video. You can post a cat video once, but don't post a cat video so much that people are like, does this person do cat art or something? Because it's just so many cats. No, you need to be focused. Remember that you are a business. And so if you're going to use your social media and not have it strictly as a business social media, and again, you want people to know, like, trust you, you can absolutely incorporate personal parts of yourself and your business, but do it in a way where people feel like they're not confused by you and how you present yourself. Be strategic in your posting. Don't be all over the place to the point where people don't know what to make of you, or they can't tell what it is that you do. That's a problem. So when you have those content pillars and then you have topics that you put under every content pillar, then you can use something called a content calendar.